No, just saw a special on television the other day. Is this wet from my baby? Is this from my lip, baby?
Yeah, Miss Star.
What's this?
What's wrong?
Fit stick lunch. I see, I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
It means it's not a potato, it's a cauliflower. Stick lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambalina, you win. Ass. Anything. Schmack. Finally, it seems like.
He's willing to talk. So what can we ask him now that we don't already... Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Also, no one seems to have any issues with me hanging my laundry, the cactus, or the multiple liquor bottles. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Ah, the poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong, calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from a detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know.
So what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I was drinking. I reckon I was gambling down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here now, anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take much to the machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? That's a very pale broccoli then.
Unless he means the green things and they aren't asparagus. Okay then.
I still think it's beans, but whatever.
Miss Star told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the S19 incident with Miss Star, aren't you?
That's my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. Especially that one time a certain fellow named John Monster kept on going all in on every hand. That's actually a tactic you do to get levels up in the gambling challenges in the game.
Which game are we talking about?
Red Dead.
Oh, yeah.
1.
Okay, yep.
Because you needed to get, in order to get one of the outfits, you have to win at X amount of gambling games, especially poker. And one of the fastest ways to do it is by going all in on every hand.
Jeez.
I can't let it go. He kept on going all in. Everyone just kept on calling his bluff. And kept on losing progressively and slowly. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? Heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambalina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago. The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transfers. Edgeworth was talking about the transfers too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambalina, meaning the machines, well... Have you ever watched Terminator? Not much of a Western film, but it does speculate. But they do go on about machines rising and everything, and I just don't trust them. I like him about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steak. God damn it, I was right.
He was right.
The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens to the tapes, are automatically erased every few hours.
And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes?
I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the ID reader on the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID that passes through. So this is the ID record.
420 blaze it.
Wait.
Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bamalina. I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I reckon I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now that I've seen the number before.
Yeah, one of them was Detective Goodman. Maybe there's some way I can prove that this record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but couldn't you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? Well, we only keep evidence from the solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the preceding detective supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out that there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the vault, underground vault at the country sheriff's office. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after the case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that's what happened to SL9 2 days ago. And since we saw Goodman's ID on here.
See, this is the victim's ID card.
Ah, that's the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. 5842189. Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match.
It was used, that's me. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, when I entered the evidence room, I asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? All right, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. ID record. In the court record, it shows anyone that entered the 2nd of the 21st. Oh, the 1st of the 22nd. I got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Okay, he doesn't have anything else. Let's move to the evidence room. Evidence room. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Oh, hey, look, there's Gumshoe's fishing pole.
And the metal detector.
Actually, I don't know if that is the metal detector. Might be, but we'll just look. Graveyards are supposed to have trees and grass. This feels more like a morgue.
The nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. That is a metal detector.
Okay, fine.
Eek. What? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal.
Next thing you know, you just see the bat. She had a bat and there's like a head imprint on it.
She probably just used a handbag that has a brick in it. What are you keeping there? I have a whole bag of loose 10-cent coins I need to go deposit.
What is it? The whole Looney Tunes things where Bugs gets slapped with a glove. He pulls out his own glove and he puts a brick in it and slaps the other person with it, or
he just
yeah, or Robin Hood Men in Tights. So the sheriff smacks Robin with a leather glove. Robin gets a metal gauntlet and slaps him with it.
Yeah. So if it's true what I heard... Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I give them $50, no problem. Just go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire, knock yourself out.
Yeah, it's true. Basically, you can go up and ask him for whatever you want. Hell, you can get your original salary back, Gumshoe.
The chief of police, Gant. Loan anyone $50, even me?
I was close.
Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today.
Just for today?
Boss for a day? But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're the boss for a day.
Gee, thanks.
First of all, you want to have this.
Floor plans. Okay, Gumshoe, let's hear from you.
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're the boss for the day. That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial.
Oh no. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again.
I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Haha, of course. I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens. So Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate.
No, that's just called a shit roll.
Yeah.
If he didn't shit roll and bad RP roleplay, if he didn't turn down Meekin's information, he probably wouldn't be here.
Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case.
Yeah, that case. The SR9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it.
Using their ID cards?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Oh, it's a fingerprint.
Yeah, it's a fingerprint thing, but I'm just about to say, you can lose your right hand.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint. Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So only the locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. That's what happened. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people who, on the force, that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
Evidence locker added to the court record. Only the assigned detective prints can unlock it. Indicator lamps light up when it's open. Oh, they flipped that upside down. Yeah, yeah, and that also does have blood on it too.
I don't know.
Actually, I'm gonna check this. Okay, so 4 sets of lockers. Huh. Right, we need to ask him about that SL9 incident, so probably that might be the best one to use. Actually, do we have anything? Yeah, we'll try that.
Detective Goodman's note and the switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone.
Because of the SL9 connection?
That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared.
But why would evidence from that case turn up now?
I guess it's not overpower. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Now that there was a bloody, violent case...
Violent. So it was a murder.
A serial killing.
A serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all.
But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. This was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumour mill.
Oof. Rumors about forged evidence.
It was supposed to be all clean up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incidency. So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself.
Huh. I wonder who else is on here.
You cannot tell me that 777777 isn't freaking Gumshoe, right?
No. No, actually, that's Nicholas Angel. No, his police badge is actually 777.
Okay.
Because It said in the commentary that actually it might have been the behind the scenes or commentary, either one. So you know how the devil's number is 666.
Yeah.
Well, God's number is 777.
Yes.
So that's, and because Nicholas Angel.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, I understand that.
Right. But it is also. Wait, Meekins went in there, yeah?
Yeah.
So that has to be his number. But also, he was in there earlier.
Well, I don't know. We'd have to find it. We'd have to go
We'll
see.
have to find it out, yeah.
See if that's his number, I guess.
Oh. We also got to see if Gumshoe was in here earlier, so we might see if any of these numbers belong to him. You should take a look at this. This is the ID record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing.
Oh, I heard the rumors. So it was good when he came in here at the time of the murder. What is it? The second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? What?
Okay, so why would Edgeworth come here to the evidence room? Huh.
Oh, he might.
I'm surprised he has an ID card for this place. Okay, he doesn't have anything.
So do we now look around the room, or?
I'm guessing we look around, yeah. Oh, no. Fuck. Wrong one.
Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away.
Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing.
He's been shot square in the forehead.
Better him than us.
Okay.
This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams.
I'm not sure about the dreams.
It won't open.
Did you really think it would?
Hey pal, security is high tech around here. Haha, the one with the shirt sticking out of it. What does that mean?
Actually, yeah. There's something sticking out of here.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence from some case.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here, that said. I bet that evidence locker was open recently. How do you know? You leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? How about Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too?
Bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under his trench coat either.
You're going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal.
Well, I can't say it in my head because people keep on reading my goddamn mind. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
What a sorry looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it.
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before.
Right, pal, that's the metal detector. The one that led to the solving of the case on Gourd Lake, remember?
Oh, right. Now, wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before.
Oh, that's a bug sweeper. So it'll come handy in solving some case sooner or later.
That cheap looking box?
You can't judge a person or machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart.
For fuck's sake, everyone's a fucking psychic. Slide to the right. What's with the paint?
What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time. True art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I notice that there's blue and yellow paint here.
Perhaps we're witnessing the birth of the blue badger.
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Here, in the evidence room?